If you have a family and you want to start traveling the world for nearly free, there's one credit card that I recommend above everything else as your starting point. One card that unlocks the best travel partners, earns points on everything your family already spends money on, and comes with a welcome bonus big enough to fund a real trip. And it just got even better. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly which card it is, why I recommend it to every beginner family, and what it can actually do for your travel life. If you're new here, my name's Mary, and I teach families how to maximize their points, miles, and money so that you can travel the world for nearly free. If that sounds interesting to you, then give this video a like and make sure that you're subscribed. And if you're totally new to points and miles, I made a free beginner's guide to points and miles travel, and you can grab your copy in the description below. Now let's get into it. So what makes a great first travel credit card for a family? You want something that earns transferable points, not points locked into one airline or one hotel. You want solid earning rates on the categories that your family actually spends money on. You want a big welcome bonus, big enough to fund a real trip. And you want strong travel protections because life happens, especially when you're traveling with kids. That card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And I'm not just recommending it because it's popular. I'm recommending it because it was the very first travel credit card that I ever got, and it's the card that started my entire points and miles journey. The first time I ever transferred Chase points to a hotel partner was with this card. I booked the Hyatt Ziva Cancun, an all-inclusive resort, completely free with points. We paid $0 out of pocket. It was during the Christmas season, our last Christmas before we had kids. I was actually pregnant on this trip, and so it was kind of like a baby moon. That was the moment that all of this started to click for me. I never looked at my everyday spending the same way again. And it all started with this card. The Sapphire Preferred earns Chase Ultimate Rewards points, and those points transfer to the same exact airline and hotel partners as the more expensive Sapphire Reserve. Hyatt, Aeroplan, Air France Flying Blue, United, Virgin Atlantic, Iberia, Southwest, and more. That transferability is the whole reason that this card is great. You're not locked into one airline or one hotel chain. You move your points to whichever partner gives you the best deal for your specific trip. And that flexibility is everything, especially for families who need to find 4 seats together or book a suite instead of 2 separate rooms. If you want to know exactly what your Chase points are worth and what you can get for your family, I have a whole series on that, starting from 15,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points all the way up to 150,000 points. I'll link those videos in the description, so make sure that you check those out next. The current welcome bonus on the Chase Sapphire Preferred is 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points after you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. That's the highest this card has ever offered, and it's enough for multiple nights at a Hyatt, flights for your family to the Caribbean, or a strong start towards a bigger international trip. These sign-up bonuses do change from time to time, so just keep that in mind. Now, there's something important that you need to know about the welcome bonus rules before you apply. The sign-up bonus on the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a once-in-a-lifetime bonus. That means that you can only ever earn the welcome bonus on this card one time. The old 48-month rule for Sapphire cards is gone. So if you've never had this card before, you're likely eligible for the sign-up bonus, and you should consider signing up for it while the offer is strong. The good news is that the Preferred and the Reserve cards each carry their own separate once-per-lifetime rules, so you can hold both cards at the same time and receive the sign-up bonus on each one. If you have the Preferred and you've never earned the Reserve bonus, you can apply for the Reserve and earn that bonus too. And one more thing that you should know is that you can't earn a welcome bonus by product changing. You have to apply for a brand new card to get it. Let's talk about how the card actually earns points day to day, because this is one of the areas that just got a lot stronger. You get 5x points on travel booked through Chase Travel, 3x on dining worldwide, 3x on online groceries, 3x on select streaming services, 3x on gas and EV charging, 3x on vacation rentals at places like Airbnb and Vrbo, 2x on all other travel, and 1x on everything else. The gas and vacation rental categories are brand new as of June 15th, and for families, they're a really natural fit. Think about a road trip or booking a house instead of a hotel room for a family. That's a real spend that wasn't earning a bonus rate before, and now it is. And every one of those points transfers to all of Chase's transfer partners. You're building a real travel currency with your everyday spending. This card also earns 5x on Lyft and 5x on eligible Peloton purchases over $150, so you might find those useful too. Now let's talk about credits and benefits, because this card just picked up some of the best ones yet. The annual hotel credit has doubled. It used to be $50 when booking through Chase Travel. Now it's up to $100, and you can use the entire amount on a single prepaid hotel booking instead of it being split into two chunks. That alone basically covers the cost of the annual fee. Chase also added a credit this card has never had before, up to $120 in statement credits every 4 years towards Global Entry, TSA PreCheck, or Nexus. Global Entry is the strongest play here because the application fee is fully covered, and Global Entry includes TSA PreCheck automatically. This is usually a credit that you'd only find on cards with a much higher annual fee, so having it on a $95 card is a big deal for a beginner card. You also get complimentary Dash Pass membership, which you need to activate by December 31st, 2027, giving you $0 delivery fees and lower service fees on DoorDash. On top of that, you get a $10 monthly credit through DoorDash that covers things like groceries and gas station purchases. For families who use DoorDash at all, this is real money back every month. I actually didn't use DoorDash before I got this card, but I started exploring the app once I had the benefit, and these credits can be really useful if you're strategic about it. I made a video on how to maximize the Chase DoorDash credits, so I'll link that in the description for you to watch later. There's also a new complimentary 1-year Apple TV subscription if you activate by December 31st, 2026. The Chase Sapphire Preferred has no foreign transaction fees, which is a must for families traveling internationally. And then there are the travel protections, which got even stronger with this update. You get primary rental car insurance, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, trip delay reimbursement, baggage delay insurance, and now emergency evacuation and transportation coverage as well. For families who are booking expensive international trips, having these protections on the card that you paid with is genuinely valuable. You just never know when you'll need them. Primary rental car insurance alone saves you from having to buy the rental company's overpriced coverage every single time you rent a car. Now, I do want to mention two changes that aren't as exciting because I want to give you the full picture. The 10% anniversary points bonus is going away on October 1st, 2026. If you had the card before June 15th, you'll still earn that bonus on purchases through October 1st, with the points showing up by the end of January 2027. But after that, it's gone. It wasn't a massive benefit, but it was a nice reward for loyalty that added up over time. And Chase has also changed the transfer ratio to World of Hyatt from 1-to-1 down to 4-to-3 for this card. If you applied for this card on or after June 15th, then that ratio applies to you immediately. If you already had this card before then you're going to keep the old 1-to-1 ratio until October 1st, 2026. I made a full video breaking down exactly what this Hyatt change means and how to think about it. So if that's relevant to you, then go and watch that next. I'll link it in the description. But here's the thing. Neither of those changes actually affect why I recommend this card to beginners. The core value of the Sapphire Preferred was never really about the welcome bonus or even about being the absolute best Hyatt transfer vehicle. It's about being the lowest cost entry point into the entire Chase Transfer Partner ecosystem, with a welcome bonus that's strong enough to fund a real trip and earning categories that match how families actually spend. None of that has changed, and if anything, it's gotten better. So what is 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points actually worth, and what can it get for your family? At the minimum, if you cash them out for straight cash, you'd receive $1,000. That's the baseline, but you can get significantly more value than that when you transfer to travel partners, which is exactly what you should be doing once you get comfortable with this hobby. Here are just a couple examples. If you transfer those points to World of Hyatt, you can book multiple nights at a solid mid-tier property for $0 out of pocket. That's the kind of redemption that makes people realize that this whole system actually works. Or you could transfer the points to United for flights. Domestic economy flights often price between 8,000 and 15,000 miles per person each way, so 100,000 points could potentially cover round-trip flights for your whole family of 4 domestically if you book at the lower end of the range. The welcome bonus on this card alone is enough to take a real family trip. That's why it's still the card that I tell every beginner family to begin with. So who should and shouldn't get this card? If you're just starting out your points and miles journey and you've never had the Sapphire Preferred before, this is where I'd tell you to start. The annual fee is only $95. It unlocks every Chase transfer partner. The welcome bonus funds a real trip. The earning categories now cover gas and vacation rentals on top of dining and online groceries. And the travel protections are really strong. For the first year especially, the math is very easy to justify. If you travel frequently and you think you'll want lounge access and the bigger credits that come with the Sapphire Reserve, then go check out my video that's a review on the Sapphire Reserve because it's actually one of my favorite cards. And since the Preferred and the Reserve have separate once per lifetime bonus rules, you could potentially earn the bonus on both if you've never had either of them. And if Hyatt transfers are a big part of your strategy specifically, that's where the Reserve still shines because it's keeping that 1-to-1 ratio. A lot of families will find value in keeping both cards in their household. The Preferred will be the daily earner with all of the new bonus categories, and the Reserve will be used specifically when you want to transfer to Hyatt, use lounge access, and have some of those other credits and benefits. If you've already earned the Sapphire Preferred bonus at any point in your life, you can't earn it again, but that doesn't mean that this card stops being useful to keep in your wallet. But in that case, I'd look at the Sapphire Reserve for the welcome bonus instead. And before you apply for anything, make sure to check your 524 status. If you've opened 5 or more personal credit cards across any bank in the last 24 months, Chase will likely decline your application. Get your Chase cards first before branching out to other issuers. Business cards generally don't count towards 524, which is another reason that the ink cards are so valuable early in your points journey. And we'll talk about all of that on this channel. The Chase Sapphire Preferred overall is a really strong card, and honestly, it's stronger today than it's ever been. For beginner families who are just getting started into points and miles, this is the card that I think you should start with, and it's the card that started my own journey into points and miles travel, which has taken me to some amazing places all around the world. This card holds a very special place in my heart because it opened me up to this lifestyle that I may have never experienced otherwise. If you're ready to start your own points and miles journey, my referral link to the Sapphire Preferred is in the description. It doesn't cost you anything to use it, you'll still get the best offer available, and it helps support this channel, so I appreciate it. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and make sure that you're subscribed. Now click into that next video on the screen, and I'll see you over there.